MP has stated that those who oppose these Savarkar, they should spend some time in the cellular jail, only then they can understand the sacrifice he has made. So what do you think about it?
What has that got to do with the subject matter of today's training camp?
Sir, about your opposition to CAA and NRC, there are various platforms under which opposition is happening across the country as well as here in Bengal. It so far seems that your party seems to have been taking a route which is all by yourself in terms of not being able to get some of the vital components on board, including Mamata Banerjee. So how do you plan to take that forward from here on? Obviously, both sides are talking about a joint kind of a platform, political opposition together. You've not been able to get Mamata Banerjee on board in this. How do you wish to take it forward?
The important point is we are fighting CAA and we are fighting NPR. Sometimes we fight together, sometimes we fight separately. Congress party in Bengal is working with other left parties in fighting CAA and NPR. At the district level, Congress party is working with other left parties. So whether we are fighting together or fighting separately, the important point is we are fighting it. We are fighting it. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi made an attempt to invite as many parties as possible. 20 parties participated in the meeting, some did not. That doesn't mean that is the final word. Maybe there will be another meeting, maybe they will attend. But as I said, what is important is we are fighting. Not that we are fighting together always. Fighting separately is also fighting. Fighting together is also fighting.
You hopeful that you perhaps get the opposition together on board one day?
For the sake of the country, all parties which are opposing CAA and NPR should come together. What is at stake is a far more important issues are at stake. It's possible that in Bengal or in any other state, there are some domestic factors at play, purely intrastate factors at play. But one should not miss the larger picture. The larger picture is we are fighting to save the Constitution of India. We are fighting to save the enduring values embodied in the Constitution of India. So all those who fight for these values must eventually come together on one platform. And I'm confident they will.
Sir, starting 1st April, the exercise to conduct NPR it's expected to start April 1st. Now, as with the opposition building up in several states, is it possible actually to curtail this exercise? Several states have said that we will not allow, we are putting it on hold. What is the constitutional mechanism in play at this point?
There is no constitutional issue involved here. The validity of the CAA is an issue before the Supreme Court. NPR will eventually lead to CAA. Why do you do an NPR? Therefore, the state is perfectly justified in saying, let the constitutional validity of CAA be decided. And then we'll see. The state is also entitled to say, having regard to the law and order situation, the widespread opposition among the people, the reluctance of state government employees to engage in this exercise, the problems that we will encounter if households do not respond and shut the door. These are very legitimate reasons why the state can tell the center, sorry, we can't roll it out on 1st of April.
Is there a provision to penalize people who do not cooperate at the door?
I hope not. In which event you will have to penalize crores of people. And I believe even the Modi government will not do something so foolish.
Sir, you all are talking about united opposition. You're all saying that all should fight this battle together. And that's the idea essentially you're selling to people. But where is the united opposition? Because Mamata Banerjee has equated Congress with BJP. She's suggesting that both the national parties are trying to create a situation where regional parties do not even exist. And she's also alleging that Congress has failed to give respect to the regional parties.
I don't answer. I don't want to get into an argument about allegations and charges. The fact is, we are trying to build a united opposition to the CAA and NPR. We have succeeded substantially. Some parties are fighting separately. Hopefully, someday, they will all come on a united platform.
Those who are fighting it separately, is Congress backing them or giving the moral support to them, supporting them?
We are fighting, that's all that matters. Congress is fighting CAA and NPR. That's what matters.
So the legal validity of CAA, I mean, you yourself are a accomplished lawyer. How do you see things getting fought in the courts? I mean, are you taking the battle into the courts? And what is
Their battle is already in the courts.
Yes. So what is the way forward? I mean,
The way forward is to argue the case and await the judgment. Many eminent lawyers, many eminent jurists, including retired judges of the Supreme Court, have already opined that the CAA is unconstitutional. I don't deny that there is another point of view, which is why we have a Supreme Court. They will hear both sides' argument and decide. But we believe that the weight of the argument is on our side.
So, state assembly elections in Bihar and Delhi, if you will just comment what is the Congress's stand?
I think we prefer to keep it on the subject. If you have a question.
So do you also suggest...
In Delhi, we have released our list of candidates. Every party goes into an election in the hope that it will win as many seats as possible. In Bihar, we are in an alliance with the RJD, and I'm confident that the alliance will be maintained and will continue in the assembly elections.
Sir, do you also believe and suggest Bengal should have also attended the NPR meeting and raised
That's for the Chief Minister to...
You also suggest...
That's for the Chief Minister to decide whether she should attend the meeting or get the information otherwise. She can get it even by email or fax or telephone. Whatever information is shared at the meeting called by the Census Commissioner can be obtained otherwise also.
Sir, not exactly dealing with this subject, but it's very, very important because it has just happened. The renewal of the NSA, the National Security Act in Delhi, where anyone who's under the scanner can be held for 12 months without trial.
I read it.
How do you respond to that?
It's a retrograde provision. Retrograde provision. It's like the British promulgating Rowlatt Act. What is the need to notify this act for Delhi now, so that people can be thrown into prison without charges? Every day that the government of India, the BJP government, resorts to such repressive measures, it is driving a wedge between the government and the people. It is also striking at democracy. This is completely unacceptable, completely unnecessary, and the Lieutenant Governor who promulgated this order, presumably at the instance of the Ministry of Home Affairs, is completely wrong. It is an anti-people measure, an anti-democratic measure.
Sir, already there are around 5 dozen cases regarding CAA before the Supreme Court. But still now, only the one state government, that is Kerala, though here it has filed the case. Are you urging that a government should file the other or non-BJP government should go in that path also?
The number of cases doesn't matter. Whether it's one case or 3 cases, the arguments are the same. A state can file a fresh case. A state can intervene in an existing case. A state can simply ask for a right of audience in a pending case. So the number does not matter. The quantity is not important. It is the quality of the argument that is important. Punjab has already said that they will file a case.
Sir, what was your experience? I studied going to Pakistan small town to express solidarity with the Muslim women who are
Movement that you made last night.
How did you come to know that?
Sorry, sir.
How did you come to know I went there?
Sir, we all know
It's on media.
last night.
It's on television.
I went there just to show solidarity with the protesting people. I didn't speak. I just told them. I didn't tell them anything. My presence was to demonstrate my solidarity with the protesting people. I was very proud to see so many women and children protesting at that hour at 11 p.m. at night. I was very proud.
Sir, do you think the nationwide protest has really put BJP at the backbone, and the reason why there are inconsistencies in the statements made from BJP leaders when you hear Prime Minister saying that NRC has not been discussed in his government, but then you have the Home Minister in the floor of the House suggesting that NRC would be implemented. So such inconsistencies, do they reflect BJP as a party or the government has been pushed to a backfoot because of the nationwide protest spearheaded by Congress and Trinamool Congress and other parties?
It is unfortunate BJP has not yet understood the strength of the opposition to the measures it is taking. The BJP seems to think that this is a passing cloud. It is not a passing cloud. These are very deeply held convictions and deeply held feelings of young men and women coming to surface. Please remember, in recent memory, students and youth fighting, cutting across religion, caste, language, state. I have not come across such a movement cutting across caste, religions, language and state. Also remember, student unions usually fight for tangible things. Roll back hostel fees, postpone examinations, hold convocations, don't appoint unqualified teachers. These are concrete things, tangible concrete things. For the first time that I can recollect, students are fighting for intangible things. Liberalism, equality, humanism, equal protection of laws. These are intangible things. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but you know it is there. So I'm really proud. I'm really proud that the students are fighting for ideas, not tangible, concrete goals. This is the biggest fight that they can do. It's like in the freedom struggle, we fought for independence. Now students are fighting for preserving constitutional integrity and constitutional morality.
The Prime Minister is accusing your party and opposition parties of misleading people. He himself has used the word misleading. Leaders are misleading citizens.
Well, I have invited him to select 5 of his most strongest critics and hold a public discussion with the 5 people, which can be televised and the whole nation can see it. Let the 5 people ask him questions and let him ask those 5 people questions. Why doesn't he select any 5 people? He can choose any 5. Arundhati Roy, Ramachandra Guha, Harsh Mander. Let him choose any 5 of his choice among the critics. And let the 5 critics and the Prime Minister face to face debate this issue. So let the people watch it. Let the people draw their own conclusions.
Sir, Shanghai Cooperation, this summit which is going to take place later this year, PM Imran Khan is going to be invited. That's in, that's been told. Is it like anyway mandatory that the heads of the states have to be present in such a meeting?
You are asking me something which I don't know. But if the Prime Minister has invited Mr. Imran Khan, and it means that the government of India has modified its position about no engagement with Pakistan.
So first CAA and now Bharat Ratna for Savarkar. Do you see a pattern?
I don't see any connection between the two.
But Sanjay Rawat says those who would be opposing it should be put in Andaman jail.
I've answered that by saying there's nothing to do with the subject we're discussing today. And why should I respond to every statement made in the country? I mean, why should I respond?
Sir, particularly in Bengal, unfortunately though, there is a fight between all the political parties, left and Congress and TMC, as to who will hold the reins of the movement, mass movement that is going on. What is your view on that?
I think the masses hold the reins of the mass movement. I think this movement has now become bigger than the political parties. People have taken leadership positions themselves. Yesterday I met the lady who's mobilizing that Park Circus protest. A housewife. She is the leader. Question is, do political parties realize that this movement is now in the hands of the people? And whether they want to identify with the people or do you want to stand away from the people?
It's not Mamata Banerjee.
Congress party believes that we must identify with the people. Whoever is the leader, it doesn't matter. Congress party must identify with the movement which is started by the people of India.
If there is another opposition meets tomorrow or sometime, will Congress once again invite Trinamool Congress Mamata Banerjee because she did not attend the Chinese Republic?
I'm certain that an invitation will go. If somebody asks my view, I will say, of course, please send an invitation. What is the harm? I invite you to my house, you don't come once. That doesn't mean I don't invite you again. I'll invite you again.
So you want Trinamool Congress to join the folds of Congress?
I said I want all opposition parties to realize the gravity of the issues at stake and come on one platform.
Excuse my offense, but then this is a word used by opposition parties. They are saying Congress has become quote unquote unreliable. It's not my term. Opposition parties have used this term.
As I said, I don't have to answer every charge, every allegation hurled by A or B. I can only state my party's position.
But you are saying Congress is still reliable, sir.
Well, in the last election, at least 19% of the people of India relied on the Congress and voted for it. And Congress is still voted in Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand. So while you say the Congress is not relied on by the people, what is important is, do the people or do large sections of the people rely upon the Congress? We need to do more. We need to get more people on our side. But that doesn't mean nobody relies upon us.
So with the act coming into force, what happens in Assam with all those people left out, out of the NRC? Now,
Assam is a sui generis case. The Assam case cannot be mixed up with a larger NPR or larger CAA. Assam is governed by the Assam Accord. So the Assam problem has to be resolved in terms of the Assam Accord.
but what
That's a
happens
separate case.
What happens to the Citizenship Act coming into, amendment coming into force? Now the Hindus will be getting the citizenship. What happens to the Muslim population left out in this?
The Assam people don't accept the CAA. The people of Assam have rejected CAA. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.